Is it going? Yes. Okay, so let's go over to our mats together, and I'll let you know when to start that playlist. So just come on over to your mat, and I'm all excited. We'll start the playlist in 5, 4, 3, 2, press the first song, and then come into child's pose. So you're coming down into child's pose right after you press that play button. And we'll just settle right here. I still see you guys running around. So just find that child's pose. We'll have a nice relaxing class. Spread the knees wide, reach your hands straight in front of you, bring your forehead down to the mat, and then just start to rock that forehead side to side. I'm still staring at people. And then start to have those deep breaths in and out. Through the mouth for now, just whatever breath is normal for you. Maybe sink the hips down towards the heels, and then maybe just exhale the day-to-day. Exhale the last couple days, and maybe you've been on the socials or on the news, like really soaking in a lot of things. And just for this moment, like honor yourself and be right here with yourself. So it's not about anything else right now, and you're just gonna be right here. So have a deep exhale through the mouth. Inhale together, big breath in. Exhale, HA. Audible breath. Have a deep inhale through the nose, big breath in. Exhale, HA. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Hold at the top this time. Seal the lips. And then exit the breath through the nose, creating that strong Ujjayi breath. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Fill it on up. Exhale through your nose. And then one more time with an intention. Deep inhale breath. Exhale through your nose. Now slowly start to come up into a scorpion. So start to push the hips forward, toes start to rise, chest lift, shoulders down and back. Just have that big breath in. And then you'll just push it back to a child's pose, just moving with your own breath. Again, deep inhale, find that scorpion, big breath in. Exhale, push it back. One more inhale as you push the hips forward. Hold right here. And then come all the way down to the belly. Legs out long back behind you. Right hand over to the right, palm facing down. Bend your left knee. And then roll over onto the right side body. Just a nice little stretch. You can be right here just in stillness, or maybe rolling out that ankle, whatever ankle you want. And just reminding yourself that this is the only time you're going to be in this exact moment. So just be right here. And come over to the other side. Left hand goes over to the left, right knee bends, and then roll over onto the left side body. And just focus on that breath. Maybe you roll out that ankle if you want to on this side. Whatever feels best for you. For just 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly start to come back to center. Take your hands to the sides, palms facing down. Squeeze your legs together, toenails down into the mat. And then lightly, not pushing weight into your hands, just inhale, start to lift the chest. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Again, deep inhale breath. See how relaxing this class is? Exhale, lower down. Now push weight into the palms. Inhale, come up into a tabletop, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips, finding that neutral spine as you just wag the hips side to side. You can let the head hang heavy. You can go in circles in one direction. You got this, Jada. You can go in circles in the opposite direction. And then you'll come back to center, palms down, fingertips towards the front of the mat. Right hand goes up to the sky as you inhale, right hand high. Exhale, thread the needle. Hover that right shoulder, but don't come all the way down. You're gonna do that again. Inhale, rise that right hand up. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hover here. And then right shoulder comes all the way down to the mat. Left hand can come to that left front corner of your mat as you push that left armpit in the direction towards the ground. Oops, that was my ankle.
Sure it was.
It was. We're just letting all the shiitakes go. Left hand comes back in, right hand goes up to the sky. Inhale, breath. Exhale, tabletop. Left hand goes high, deep breath in. Exhale, thread, but you're hovering. Inhale, rise. Notice your breath, exhale, hover. One more, rise, inhale. Exhale, hover for a moment, then bring that left shoulder all the way down. Right hand can come to the top, right corner of your mat. Try to stack your hips right above the knees and just hold here. Push that right armpit in the direction towards the ground. Just gonna have a nice flowy class, flow out the medias. Flow out a bunch of things. Take a couple more breaths here. And then you'll come back to right hand in, left hand goes up to the sky. You heard me, then come back into that tabletop. Now inhale, drop the belly, look up, deep inhale, breath. Exhale, round the spine, look through the legs. Inhale, belly down, shift the gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly down, tuck your toes, shift the gaze up. Exhale, push back into that first downward facing dog. Say ha! As you relax here in that downward dog, start to pedal out that puppy, just bending the knees, pedaling out those heels. Spread your fingers wide, push your chest back towards your shins. You know, have that nice deep downward facing dog. Maybe you bend the knees and you push the chest back even further. Now root down through that left foot, right foot goes up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, half scorpion. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen, knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Hold here at that left elbow. Then bring that knee to that left wrist. Now rest the leg down. Bring the booty down to the mat. Left hand goes back behind you. Right hand goes up. Hips go high. Lift up. Look back. Breathe. Beautiful. Hips come down. Take your hands back to the top of the mat, just like you came into it. And find three-legged dog as you inhale. And down dog. Your arms should feel good. Your shoulders should feel great. Left leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, half scorpion. Keep your shoulders square. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Inhale, reach. Knee to your nose, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Hold here, and then bring that knee all the way down to the wrist. Place the leg down. Hips go down. Right hand goes back behind you. Left hand up. Hips go high. There's a big opening here. Beautiful. You slowly go right back in the way you came into it. Hands come back to center. Left leg goes up. Inhale, breath in. And then D-dog, exhale. Ah. Walk your feet to your hands. Feet are hip-width distance. And you can start to just interlace your hands at your low back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let the hands hang heavy back behind you. Maybe you're rocking side to side. Maybe you're feeling fantastic. Yes? Good. No standing splits in your future. Woo! For now. And then bring your hands down to the mat. Heel toe your feet together.
And one vertebrae at a time, slowly start to rise.
So the shoulders are down and back and the palms are facing forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Say, inhale, circle, sweep the hands, go high, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, halfway, lift, flat back. Exhale, high plank, top of a push-up. So now your shoulders are like, yay, we're back. Thank you. Hold here. Know that you can drop your knees at any time. Know that when I say chaturanga, you can always skip it in the future and just find your way into a downward facing dog. Start to push your heels forward so the shoulders are right above the fingertips. Gaze right in front of your mat as you inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way down. Squeeze the elbows into the side body. Shoulders in line with the elbows. Hold here, zip up the belly to side. Now toes come down, thighs lift, upward facing dog, shoulders down and back. And then you can reset back into that downward facing dog. And so now we're just gonna warm up together. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top of the mat as you just circle sweep. So not even halfway lift, just circle sweep. Exhale, fold. Now you can halfway lift, flat back, and chaturanga. High to low push-up, you can walk back or jump back, finding your way into a downward facing dog. Just moving with your breath, finding that down dog. Let's do that again. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top as you circle sweep.
Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold.
Halfway lift for your inhale. Chaturanga for your exhale.
Just move with intention. Up dog. Down dog.
Bend your knees, gaze forward. Walk or float. Circle, sweep,
Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold.
Hips low, Utkatasana chair pose. Sit deep into your hips.
We always do the same things, but it's good. Breathing here. Shoulders are down and back away from the ears. Inner rotate your palms. Pinky fingers slightly in. Sides of the mouth upwards. Good job. Sit deep into the hips. Notice your breath, so never holding your breath here.
Can you sit a little bit deeper into the heels?
Have that big inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten back. Chaturanga, high to low push-up. Nice job. Inhale, upward facing dog, big breath in. Nice Lori, nice K. Exhale to downward facing dog. Right leg steps forward, warrior one. So we're gonna just start off easy peasy. Easy peasy. Sit deep into the hips. Stack your right knee right over your right here. Heel. Square your shoulders forward. Have the pinky fingers slightly in. Shoulders down and back. Sit a little bit deeper. And just stay right here. Breathe right here. Can you sit a little bit deeper? Can you push weight into the knife edge of that left foot? Hold here for an inhale breath. Exhale, just open the arms up to warrior two, but you're still keeping the legs where they are. Gaze over your right fingertips. Shoulders relaxed, not up by the ears. You're having fun. Good. Peel your right knee open slightly. So it's stacked right over that heel. Sit a little bit deeper. And then just flip your palm hinge forward and then reverse your warrior, staying low into the lunge. So the legs are staying exactly the way they are, except for me, because I was tired for a second. Your left hand can go to your low back, or it can come down that left leg. Just reach, sit deeper. And then just chaturanga. Easy flow, warrior one, warrior two, reverse chaturanga. Inhale fills you upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing doggy. Left leg steps forward, warrior one. So you know this now. So since you already know what this feels like, you can get a little bit deeper into the posture. You can find some stillness here. If I'm ever moving around, you just stare at Derek. Stare at him real good. Sit a little bit deeper. Notice your breath.
Know that on the next round, we move through this over and over again, so this should feel good to just stay for a moment. Nice, Toby. Hi, Toby. Good job, Ahmad. Stay right here. Energy through your fingertips. Maybe look up in between your fingertips. You know your legs are staying exactly where they are, so you inhale, stay in the legs, then just open up the arms to warrior two in the exhale. Sit deep into the hips. Notice your left knee. Don't let the left knee cave in. Just stand in your power. If we can practice standing in our power, we can move through life being in our power. I don't know why I said this. A little bit deeper. So the legs should start to feel a little bit better, yes? Yes. Breathing. Now inhale, flip your palm hinge forward, and then reverse the warrior, but stay in those legs. Maybe even get it deeper, booty down. Sorry.
Or you can point at me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so grateful that you took some time off from work for this. So know that the right hand can come to that low back or reach it down. Lengthen through the left fingertips as you sit deep into that left knee, keeping that right angle on the left leg. Inhale, breath. And then chaturanga, high to low. So now you already know this. So you're exhaling for chaturanga, you inhale for that up dog, nice. Exhale to downward facing dog without overthinking. Right leg goes forward, warrior one for your inhale breath. Just breathe it on in. Exhale, open to two. Reverse warrior, inhale, and chaturanga. And that feels better because it's super fast. So it's basically like one posture, except we have flowy arms as you find your way back into downward dog. Left leg steps forward, warrior one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you just move through it. Just in case you're getting cold, we want to make sure you stay warm because I care. And then you do the warrior one again for your inhale breath. And you're not thinking, you're just breathing and exhaling to warrior two. You're reversing and you're chaturangaing without swearing in your mind. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open to two. Reverse the warrior. Chaturanga for your exhale, just focusing on your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. I love this song. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top as you circle, sweep, the arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Hips low, Utkatasana chair. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. Exhale, open up to two. Reverse your warrior as you inhale. Without overthinking, you're going to bring the left hand down, standing splits, as right hand goes to the low back. So you're in a standing splits. I don't care how low that left leg is or how high it is. Hold here. In 5 seconds, we're going to go into an exalted crescent. So keep that right hand to the low back. And then slowly bend your right knee. Bring your left ball of the foot down to the mat. And slowly find that left hand high. Right hand slides down to that left hamstring. So sit deep into the hips. Look up. Sit deep. 4, 3, 4, 2, woo! 1, chaturanga, high to low. So just adding a little bit on every time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Say, ah! Left leg steps forward, rise up, warrior one. Inhale, breath. Exhale, open up to two. Flip your palm as you reverse your warrior. Exhale, plant the right hand down, standing splits as the right hand goes high. Breathing here. Huh? Oh yeah, your left hand to your low back. Right? Yep. Yes. So just try to lift that left heel high. Try to bring that forehead a little bit closer towards the shin. Tilt the right down, and slowly bend the left knee, bring the right ball of the foot down. Exalted crescent, I swear. Since you already know this now, I don't have to say it all weird. Breathing here. So that left hand comes down to that right hamstring, and maybe you look up. Sit a little bit deeper. Breathing here for 3. So you should be getting a little bit warmer for 2. And then you flow through your vinyasa, high to low push-up. Moving with your breath, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float as you circle sweep for your inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold asana. Hips low, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Crow pose or halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing dog. Yes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg goes up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale to your left elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale to your right elbow, hold here or fly into an arm balance. For 5, holding here 4. Awesome job. 3, 2, 1. Back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot in between the hands. Warrior 1 for your inhale. This time, exhale to the back of your mat, warrior 2. Same, but now we're in the different direction. Now inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, standing splits with the right hand down. Inhale, exalted crescent, right hand comes up, hold here. Exhale, skandasana, back to the top of your mat. Yes. Flex the left toes towards your face. I don't care how high or how low your hips are. Holding here. In 3 seconds, we'll go into moon pose, back towards the front of the mat in 3. In 2, 1. Moon pose. Left knee comes down, hands come up. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, plant the hands, chaturanga. We'll keep adding on. Up dog. Downward dog. Left leg goes up to the sky. Knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. You can hold right here or you can fly into that arm balance. Just keep it even from whatever you did on the other side. Take this where you want to, maybe 3, 2, 1. Back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot in between the hands. Warrior 1 for your inhale. Exhale to the back of your mat, warrior 2. Flip your palm as you reverse your warrior. Exhale, standing splits with the left hand down. Inhale, exalted crescent, left hand up. Exhale, skandasana, bend deep into your left knee. This time, flex the right toes back towards your face. Holding here. So your hips should feel great. Right, Gina?
Oh, yeah.
Good. For 3, 2, 1. Moon pose. Right knee comes down. Woo. Hands come up. Big breath in. And then you can flow through your vinyasa, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Hold right here. Exhale, back to a chaturanga. Hold here. And tell yourself how happy you are that you're back in a low push-up and I've started talking. Now just go up to a high push-up. Now go down to a low push-up. You're the model, you're doing it. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale high. Root down through that left hand, right hand comes up, Vashisthasana, side plank. So you can have the left hand down, right hand up, stack the hips, or maybe modify and bring the left knee down. Woo. Flare your toes. Sides of the mouth upwards, because you're just here with all your friends on the internet. Find your fullest expression, and then you flow through your vinyasa. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You inhale and you fill upward facing dog, and then, just kidding, downward dog. Okay. We did both sides. We just did the right side. Did we go into a... Left leg goes up. Did you just go into warrior one? Go into warrior one. I have no idea where I am. I get excited and then I forget. Warrior one. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse. Exhale, plant the left hand down. I feel like we've already done this. Inhale, exalted. Oh, we did do this, Jada. Exhale, skandasana, bend deep. Yep, chaturanga, don't overthink it.
We just didn't do the side plank on the other side.
Yeah, you're right. Exhale, downward dog. So let's go back into that side plank. But let's do it in a different way. Come down to your forearms.
Breathing here. Holding here.
Walk your feet in a little bit closer towards your elbows. This is what I always did when I was really in class when I forgot what I was doing. Maybe you take your right leg up to the sky. Maybe you take two legs up to the sky. Otherwise, if you have one leg, you can just switch legs. Otherwise, stay in dolphin pose. Beautiful. Once you're in that dolphin pose, just start to root down into your fingertips, push forward into a high plank, and then root down into that right hand, left hand comes up, Vashisthasana, side plank. Are we even now? Okay, good. Phew! Find that expression, stack the hips, stack your heels. Know that you can modify and bring that right knee down to the mat. Find that expression wherever you are. And then flow through your vinyasa or find your way back into a child's pose or downward facing dog. Maybe go into a child's pose for 2 seconds, 2 breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let go. Have a deep inhale through the nose, big breath in. Exhale, release. And then find your way back into a downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top of the mat as you circle sweep, the hands go high. Exhale, sit down into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center as you reach the crown of the head forward. Then bring left elbow to the outside of that right knee, pushing that right palm down into the left. Make sure your knees are in line and your hips are square. You can start to open up the arms if you'd like to go there. Or you can go into side crow if that's in your practice. Oh, it's hot as balls in here. Breathing here. Nice job. Nice, Gwenny McWinster. Nice, Meg. Beautiful. For 3. For 2. Stay right here. Just open up your arms. Lift your left knee up. Left foot up. So your arms are open and your left foot is off of the mat. Root down into that right foot and open up into a half moon. So you're just changing hands. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Stack that left shoulder over the right. Stack that left hip over the right. Flex the foot, flare the toes. Beautiful. Inhale together, big breath in. Exhale, Shiva squat, hands to heart center. Tuck that left knee right behind the right calf. You're going to go into warrior one in 3 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Warrior one. Deep breath in. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, plant the right hand down, standing splits. Inhale, exalted crescent. Exhale, skandasana. Inhale, moon pose. This time you're going to tuck your left toes. Exhale, extended crescent. Bring your hands to heart center as you inhale. Exhale, twist. Just like in prayer twist, push that right palm down into the left. Maybe you open up your arms here. Otherwise, this is a great place to stay. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now go into side angle pose. Right hand comes down, left heel comes down, and the left hand comes up. Maybe you take your left hand towards the top of the mat. Maybe you take 2 hands towards the top of the mat. Hold here. This probably feels really good. Feels so good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. 3-legged dog. Right leg goes up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, stay or flip your dog. Knowing that you can stay in that 3-legged dog, because we'll come right back to it in 3, in 2, 1. Back to 3-legged dog. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale fills you upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top as you circle sweep. The arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Hips low, Utkatasana chair pose. I'm glad we're back on track. Bring your hands to heart center. Reach the crown of the head forward. And then right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee, pushing that left palm down into the right. Try to make sure your knees stay in line and your hips are square. Maybe you open up the arms if you like to go there, or side crow. Or you can sit down like me and stare at the screen. Breathing here. Try to have more weight into your heels as you twist. Looking good, James.
Look at
I
them.
know.
They're doing
If I had my spectacles on, I could see you better. Breathing. They're just handling me. Continue to twist. Twist. Maybe open up your arms. And then when you're ready, lift your right foot. So you're just lifting that right foot, holding here. And then you're going to open up to that half moon. So straighten out that left leg. Flex the right foot, stack the shoulders, stack the right hip over the left. Hold here for that nice inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat, hands to heart center. Tuck the right knee right behind that right calf. So your left leg should really feel it. Breathing here. Glue that knee to that calf, and then find warrior 1. And that should feel like a vacation, warrior 1. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior 2. Flip your palm as you reverse. Exhale, standing splits with the left hand down. Inhale, exalted crescent. Exhale, skandasana to the left side of your mat. Inhale, knee down, moon pose. Hold here, tuck your toes. Exhale, extended crescent. Bring your hands to heart center as you inhale. Exhale, twist right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Push that left palm down into the right, or you can open up your arms. Or you can bring the right knee down if that feels better. Breathing here for 3. Knowing that in a few seconds you're going to go into that side angle in 2 and 1. Right heel down, left hand down, right hand up. Still keeping that nice bend in that left leg. So how does that left leg feel? Good? Great. Peel that right shoulder up and back. Maybe send 1 or 2 hands towards the front of the mat. Challenge yourself. Or don't challenge yourself. Let's be who we are today, not try to strive for too much or too little. Peel that right shoulder back. Whatever you're doing is perfect. Breathing here. Notice your breath. And then bring both hands down to the mat. 3-legged dog as the left leg goes up to the sky. And then flow through your vinyasa, high to low push-up. Inhale fills you upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top as you circle sweep for your inhale breath. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, hands come up. Now bend your left knee, foot back behind you, like dancer's pose. And then take the left hand to the inner foot or ankle. Squeeze the knees together as you inhale. And then exhale, kick into that hand, just finding that nice dancer's pose. Continue to kick. You can also go to sugar cane if you want to bring that right hand down. Otherwise, stay right here. This is fun. You can stay right here. Kick, kick, kick. And then slowly bring that left knee forward and kick that left foot forward. Hover here. Start to pulse that left foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, warrior 3. Just swoosh the left leg back. Reach the hands forward. Keep the hips square as you bring that left butt cheek down. Lift the left heel. You can bring your hands to heart center if that feels better for you, or just keep reaching them forward. Lift that left heel a little bit higher. And then warrior 1 as you bend that right knee. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, breath in. Exhale, standing splits. This time, maybe bring both hands down to the mat. I only promised standing splits today. So maybe you kick up into handstand if you like to go there. Maybe you take the left hand around the left calf or 2 hands around that calf, just playing with your balance. Otherwise, this is good.
That's great.
Great, great, great. Woo! You're having fun, right? Yes. Nice, Ahmad.
Is Koo doing it? Koo's doing it, I'm doing it.
I can't see Koo. I don't know where he went. He has a foot in the air. I don't know where he is, though. So find that expression. Kickity, kick, kick, and then bend that left knee. Right ball of the foot comes down. This time, a crescent lunge. Hands go high. Just a big opening. Exhale, Skandasana. Bend deep into your right knee. Moon pose as you inhale. Breath in. Exhale, extended crescent. Hold here, lengthen, and then just go into that side angle. You can take that left hand to the low back, coming into a half bind, or you can go into a full bind, connecting the hands behind you, or bird of paradise, your choice. Otherwise, just stay in that side angle. Relax here. Oh, I like this song. Taylor's coming up. I know, thank God. Breathe here. I'm all over the place. Yaku. Nice bow in the dark. Nice, Kristen. Take this where you want to, and then you'll find your way back into that side angle. Now left hand comes down. Just have a nice easy twist. Big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, fills you up. Exhale, downward dog, yeah. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top as you circle sweep. Exhale, cactus your arms. Hands come up, inhale. Now you're gonna bend your right knee, grab your inner foot, squeeze the knees together as you inhale. Exhale, kick into that hand. And if you fall, no big deal. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see you. Everyone's focusing on themselves, whether you're in class or on Zoom. So you reach those limits and you be okay with falling. You just smile, get back into it. Or choose where you want to take it. If you went into that sugar cane, you can go there, Emily. Otherwise, you find that expression wherever you are. And then you slowly come to center, lifting that right knee up. Kick that right foot forward, flex the foot, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then swoosh it back. So now you're in that warrior 3. Lifting that right heel. Strong, stable foundation in that left leg. Breathing here. So we go back into warrior 1 from here. All right, slowly bend the left knee. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior 2. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, plant the hands, standing splits as the left leg goes high. This time you have some space, some time, so you can take this into a handstand if that's where you like to go. Otherwise, you can just stay right here, maybe taking right hand around the right calf, or two. Yes. You're having fun. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful job. Hi, Lori. Oh, hi. Just see your face right at the screen. Take this where you want to. For 3, 2, 1. Normal crescent lunge. Ball of the foot down, hands come up. Deep breath, sit deep into those hips. Exhale, Skandasana, bend deep into that left knee. Inhale, moon pose, hands go high. Exhale, extend the hands forward. And then slowly find your way into a side angle. Bring the back heel down. You can take that right hand to the low back, coming into a half bind. You can go into a full bind, connecting the hands behind you. Maybe bird of paradise if you went there on the other side. I know. It's with COVID, it makes us all scrunchy. We just squeeze together. Oh, Taylor's singing, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'll shut up. Beautiful hold here. If you went into that bird of paradise, you find your way back to that side angle, or you open your arms, and then you can come back into three-legged dog as left leg goes up to the sky and you inhale, and then flow through your vinyasa high to low push-up. Nice. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, HA to the down dog. And have a couple breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale together, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. And slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Your feet are hip width distance, feet towards your hands whenever you're ready. Take your hands and then just shove them underneath the feet. So palms directly underneath the feet. You can bend your knees a lot to make this happen. So bend those knees, walk on those hands. Maybe you inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back as you bend those knees a lot. And then exhale, just pull. Let this feel good for the wrists. Inhale, bend your knees, push. Exhale, pull. One more inhale. Exhale, pull. Release the hands from under the feet. Bring your hands right in front of you. Go into crow pose. Oh, we didn't flip our dog. No, we will make sure. It's okay.
Come on, it's okay.
It's not okay.
Come on.
No, it's not
You
okay.
don't need to.
Yes, I have perfectionism issues, and I know this. I'm aware of it, working through it. Not really, since I'm making you do it. Just kidding.
Busy?
Zip up belly to spine. Know that you can just go into that crow pose, play with bringing the big toes to touch. Know that you can come into that malasana, wide-legged squat if that feels better. You take this where you want to. And then you can find your way back into that crow pose maybe. And then you shoot back chaturanga, or you just find your way into that downward facing dog. Left leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, stay or flip your dog. Oh, this is the most ADD class
right now.
Take this where you want to, because you didn't get to earlier. For 3, 2, and Taylor's playing 1. Back to three-legged dog. Exhale, downward dog. Don't overthink it. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top of the mat as you circle, sweep, hands go high. Exhale, swing your left arm underneath the right, palms to touch, thumbs toward the face. Sit deep into your hips and bring your left leg up and over the right. So just crossing that left leg over, left arm under, belly to spine. Lift your elbows a little bit higher in line with your shoulders. You can also grab opposite shoulders if that feels better for you. Inhale together, big breath in. Exhale, sleep that eagle. Elbows come down towards the knees. Rounding here, connecting here. Fingertips in the direction towards the ground. And then start to send that left leg back behind you, reaching forward, reaching back. Airplane eagle. Warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two to the back of the mat. Inhale, star pose, both hands high. Exhale, horse stance, sit deep into your hips. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, horse. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, horse. Hold here. Lift your right heel off of the mat. Lift your left heel off of the mat. And then lower the hips even more. So the heels go higher and the hips go lower. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for 5, 4, 3, 2. Star pose. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, front of the mat. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse your triangle. Exhale, revolve to Trikonasana. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Maybe the left hand comes down to the mat. Maybe it comes to that foot or a block. So you're just twisting out the day. And then maybe you switch hands, finding your way into Trikonasana, bringing the right hand down and the left hand up, making sure that left foot is at a 45-degree angle. So your left hip is slightly down, but you're twisting from the rib cage. Lengthen through your left fingertips. And then rise up. Turn your right toes in. Interlace your hands at your low back. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And then flat back, forward, fold. You can go into a tripod headstand if you'd like to here. Or you can just stay in that nice shoulder rinse. So whatever feels best for you. Push through the balls of the feet. Try to bring your hips slightly forward so they're in line with the heels. And if you're in a tripod headstand, you'll slowly start to bring your feet all the way back down to the mat. Bring both hands down to the mat. Walk yourself into a low lunge. Left knee comes down, hands come up. Moon pose as you inhale. Exhale, extended crescent. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg goes high. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you gaze forward. Exhale, walk or float as you circle, sweep, and the arms go high. Exhale, swing your right arm underneath the left, palms to touch, thumbs toward the face. Sit deep into your hips, and bring right leg up and over the left. Whew. So now right leg is over, right arm is under. Sit deep into your hips, maybe lift the elbows a little bit higher. Maybe tuck the toes or have them heading in that direction. Yes, yes, yes. Don't lose the momentum. Stay present. Deep inhale breath. Exhale, sleep that eagle. Elbows come down towards the knees. Round here. Connect here. Fingertips in the direction towards the ground. Everything hugging to center. And then uncross that right leg and send, because it wants to go there anyway. And find airplane eagle, reaching forward, reaching back. Beautiful. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to the back of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, star pose, both hands high. Exhale, horse stance. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Star. Exhale, horse. Hold here. Lift the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, star. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat. Flip your palm as you reverse the triangle, straightening out that left leg. Exhale to revolve Trikonasana. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. You can stay here as long as you'd like, trying to get it even to whatever you did on the other side. And when you're ready, you know that you can just switch hands, finding that triangle pose, bringing right hand down. Maybe it's called your left hand down and then right hand up. I'm a hot mess, but I'm glad you're here.
However you want to call it.
They know what they're doing. Most of them have taken my class. They know what to expect.
My right hand identifies as hip.
Stop it. Breathe here. God, time went by so fast. And then you'll rise all the way up when you're ready, taking your left toes in, hands up to the side, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then flat back forward fold. And I won't flash you if Derek can. So you take your hands to the outer edges of the feet. You can start to use your biceps to try to bring that crown of the head in the direction towards the ground. You can go into a tripod headstand too. Otherwise, you can also go bringing your left hand down to the mat, right hand up for a nice little twist. And just knowing that if you choose to bring one hand down, make sure you do the other side so that you're even. What is going on this song? I'm so sorry. All right. Bring both feet or hands down to the mat. You can walk yourself into a moon pose. Right knee comes down, hands come up, big breath in. Exhale, extended crescent. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg goes up. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa, or just meet your way back into that downward facing doggy. Oh, good gravy. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. We're not done yet. Exhale, walk or float to the top. Inhale, circle sweep, hands go high. Siri, not now. Exhale, sit deep into your hips. Sit a little bit deeper into your hips. Sit a little bit deeper into your hips. Now lower that booty all the way down to the mat. Today's going to be chill, I promised it. And lower all the way down to your back. Just like you're getting ready to go to bed, but then go to the Supta Baddha. Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees spread wide. Take your hands to heart center. Squeeze the feet together. Lift the feet 2 inches off of the mat. Send your hands towards the front and just pulse here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to count. Just keep going. Just keep going. Focus on your breath.
20.
Stop counting. You're just going. And you're not stopping.
They all are too.
They're not.
30.
I'm watching you. Continue to pulse. Pulse, pulse. I'm watching.
40.
Pulse. Yes, Michaela. Keep pulsing. Keep going. Keep going.
50.
Now go into yogi bicycles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. Pulse the long leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yogi bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold the left leg and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 yogi bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs up to the sky. Pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold here. Now lift the booty for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push it up. 8, 9. Up. Pulse up with your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold here. Last 10. Lift the booty. 9, sides, palms facing up. Focus on your breath. Huh?
I'm feeling
Bring your knees back together. Walk your feet in. Let's do one bridge or one wheel. So feet are hip width distance. Touch your ankles with your fingertips. Then palms down, root down through the heels. Exhale all the air. And then inhale, just lift the hips. Maybe interlace the hands beneath you as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. If you want to go into wheel pose, taking the hands to the sides of the ears, maybe you just go up into that. Either way, you're still breathing through that bridge or that wheel. Find your fullest expression as you continue to lift, lift, lift. And then slowly start to lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana, those are the feet together, knees spread wide. I don't know why my abs feel what they feel right now. Running out of time. Start to bring your knees back together. Send your right leg up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, cross that right heel over that left knee. Interlace your hands behind that left hamstring. Flex the feet. And then just start to hug the legs in towards the chest. If you need a deeper stretch, you can take your hands around the shin. Left foot down and cross the legs. Left leg goes up to the sky. Cross it over. Interlace your hands behind that right hamstring now. Flex the feet, hug the legs in towards the chest. Using that left elbow to maybe push that left knee away. And just know I'm teaching a class this Saturday at 11 a.m. If you want to join, you're all invited. It'll be the same exact link that I gave you tonight. I might even remember everything. Just kidding. Take a couple more breaths in and out through your nose. Then you'll uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest for a moment. And then send the legs up to the sky. Flex the toes back towards your face. Take your hands underneath the booty, flexing the toes back towards your face. Flare your toes. Stay right here if you want to, or you can start to support the hips and send the toes in the direction towards the ground behind you. Keep your chin to center, so don't look around during this posture to protect that spine. Know that you can always choose to keep the hips down, legs up. You can stay in plow pose, or maybe you find shoulder stand supporting your hips, sending the feet straight up towards the sky like Derek over here. So you choose what you want. That's a great place to stay, or you can also bring your knees to the sides of the ears, finding your way into Deaf Man's Pose. And if this feels very comfortable, yeah, do whatever you want. Take your hands to the sides of the feet. Otherwise, find your way into Happy Baby Pose. Slowly bringing the tailbone down, legs are up, flat spine down onto the mat. Take your hands to the inner or outer edges of the feet, and then just rock side to side. Where are some people going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Rock side to side. Tell your neighbor that they gave you great energy today, or tell yourself that.
Such good energy
Oh my God, thank you.
coming from me. Where's my energy, neighbor?
And then hug your knees into the chest. Take your hands up to the sides, palms facing up. Keep your legs where they are and then just slowly bring them over to the right. Shifting your gaze over your left shoulder, over that left hand, and then close your eyes. Let this feel good. And then you come back to center, deep inhale breath. Exhale, bring the legs over to the left. Shift your gaze over that right hand and then close the eyes. It's Christmas forever in our house. Sorry. Couple more breaths. And then you'll come back to center. Start to grab opposite elbows around the legs as you bring your forehead up to meet the knees. Squeeze yourself into one tiny little ball of contracted energy for a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, Shavasana. Let the feet splay to the sides, hands to the sides, palms facing up, eyes are closed. And you're just resetting here. Find gratitude for being right where you are and for everything that you have in your space. Like I said last class, and how I'm saying it over and over again so you remember, like, we will never experience this moment again the same way. How are you showing up in the present moment, reminding yourself that you'll never experience this moment again in the same way? It could be anything that you're doing, whoever you surround yourself with. Always remind yourself that is the only time you'll get to be with them in that exact way. And then it helps you just show up a little bit better. Always learning about how you can show up better. So just be light here. If you're still holding on to anything at all, let's let it go. Have one big breath in as a class, biggest breath in as you hold at the top. Exhale, HA. And you feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Namaste.